Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. In this video, I will play a video that was brought to my attention, not specifically, but by a friend of mine from Facebook. His name is, and I will use his name because he gave me permission. His name is James Orush. I apologize if I mispronounced his name, and I thank him for that. He posted it on Facebook, and that's where I took it. I will use another version of that video. I didn't use my from my Facebook account. I will use it from YouTube. And this is regarding the General Lebed. If you remember Alexander Ivanovich Lebed, this guy right here. And he makes some statements in a video that really impressed me. Because when you are a child, I'm going to tell you why this impressed me. And I told James that I will make a video on that particular, maybe a minute long video with Lebedev is right. Lebed is right here. The video I'm going to use is ready to go. So anyway, when we are children, we are told by the parents and by our young parents, by school, by people surrounding us, a version of how life is and how certain people are supposed to be viewed as. I come from Romania, and General Lebed was viewed as a crazy guy who wants to destroy everybody and everything, and he was a bad person. That's how the mass media in Romania portrayed Lebed. So that's all I knew. I knew that at one point Lebed said, if we want, we can reach Bucharest in about 4 hours or something, and I did not like that a bit then. Because I said, wow, he wants to invade my country, my people. Well, maybe Romania would have had a different outcome instead of being the slavish country of Al Capone. So would have been the Russian slavish country, correct? All right, nevertheless. So in school we learn what the government wants us to learn regarding certain individuals in the history. This person is all evil, this is not good, this is this, but this is a saint, this is another saint, this is perfect, this is genius. So you get your information, then on your own you're going to start reading if you want. And when you start reading books and other means of information, you start realizing, wait a minute, this is objectivity, these are the values, this is the truth, that's a lie, and you start analyzing life on your own. You meditate and say, wait a minute, I found out that guy is pure evil. But when I read what he said or what he did, or I realize that maybe that guy is not as these guys portrayed. Or when I see let's say a saint, like for instance Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela is a saint. Well, he was not a saint. He was incarcerated because he fought against apartheid and so on. Yes, he was not incarcerated because of that. He fought against apartheid, which I support. He or his organization blew up some school buses with children. So that's why he was incarcerated, okay? But hey, like again, Martin Luther King Jr., Reverend Doctor, a saint. Well, he was an abuser and a other kind of person. You can find a communist to a certain extent. You go to other saint if you want, Mahatma Gandhi. He slept with his minor nieces, or not nieces, nieces, I think they were, to test his force, like, I'm not going to touch you. Who believes that, okay? And many other things. Well, Mahatma Gandhi forbade his wife to take medication, antibiotics, when she was sick. But when he got sick, he took it. That's hypocrisy right there. So you see, all these saints, when you read, you realize that they're not saints. Nobody's a saint. But things are just pushed left and right. So with time, when I got to read certain things, so what I'm saying is that when we are left alone and we use our brain and we use it by learning certain things, you realize that certain people are not as they said they are, or at least that facade or all evil or all good, gets a little bit, in between. So the same thing with this guy. And I'm going to use this video, I'm going to feature it now, where this Lebed said certain things so true. And they ring true, especially now when you talk about what's going on in Israel, in Gaza. Ready? I'm not going to use it for that specifically, but in general. He was not an idiot. Well, you can say, well, evil people are not necessarily idiot. Well, all right. So let's go to this little video. I will, it's going to have subtitles. So you have to, I'm going to do it like this, and I'm going to start it. And I'm going to probably comment.
Самые замечательные солдаты получаются из людей, которые, уходя из дома с утра, даже не помышляли о войне. А вечером, вернувшись, нашли на месте собственного дома воронку, в которой испарились жена, дети, родители. И вот это уже не человек, а волк, который будет рвать столько, сколько будет жить. А жить он будет долго, ибо он не ценит собственную жизнь, она ему не нужна. Ему не нужны деньги, ему не нужны ордена, ему вообще ничего не надо. У него есть только одно — месть. Именно поэтому он будет жить долго.
Well, you can say that's very bad, but nevertheless, what he says is true. That's why this guy's here, and oh, no, I don't want you.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening.
Shut the hell up. That's why certain things this guy is here, they don't understand. And I'm going to give you an example. Do you remember, good or evil? Remember when the September 11th, 2001 attacks occurred in the United States of America, terrorist attacks? Remember that? Well, how did these guys... Yeah. I gotta stop because you have anyway. So remember those attacks occurred? All right. What was the explanation for that? They said there were some crazy people thinking that if they blow themselves up, they're gonna go to virgins, 100 virgins up there. So something so idiotic. That was one of the justifications. The other one, that ideology, that religion is so blah blah blah. Okay, that was one. The other one was they came with this idiotic argument. They hate our freedoms. Yeah, because we're free here. That's why. Yeah. They hate our freedoms. Well, it's an idiotic, and everybody agreed with that. That media was promoting that garbage. Yes, because they hate our freedoms. It was not. They could not, and they would not see what Lebed said. Those people maybe had their houses burned. Maybe their parents were killed and hanged. Maybe their nations were displaced. And then they say, wait a minute, who did this? Well, this is the gun that was used to do all that. But who held the gun? And they went and they said, well, we blame you for that. So these guys, when they gave us, it was, they hate our freedom, they are so dumb, they think they're going to fuck some virgins out there and so on, like that's fun. Anyway, so we're going to have this and going to have that because of that. They couldn't understand that those guys had something in the past, what Lebed talked about. Something that these guys, unfortunately, most of them, or at least most that I met, lost the passion outside of themselves, outside of their small little Amazon ordering, Bud Light drinking, games playing, adults playing video games, by the way, and games, football games or baseball games watching on a TV, and that's it. It's just they lost, not all of them, the passion to live outside of themselves for something else, something bigger than their own little minuscule passing little life on this universe. So they don't understand that one. For them, that sounds crazy. They can't. It's like, for instance, we can't hear the ultrasounds or the infrasounds, right? Why? Because they have a different wavelength. We can't hear the bats. We can't hear the elephants, all right? Why? Because we are not, our ear doesn't perceive those wavelengths. We don't have it. The same here. So they are there, they communicate, but we don't hear it. We can't hear it. We are not ready. So the same here. We are not ready. Some of us are not ready to understand the passion and the hatred coming from past experiences. They go back immediately at their fucking video games and the Bud Light and watching this and that. I'm not talking about only the Americans, but the Western societies in general. They became so mercantile, where only this kind of objects have value. This is what entertains them. Not anything else. Not a poetry, not a poem, not a good, I don't know, Dostoevsky, or painting. They lost this kind. For them is eat or use and own something like. And that's unfortunate, because with this kind of society, they will have no allegiance for anything valuable. Anything valuable. They will have allegiance for some material stuff, personal material stuff. They say, well, united we stand. Stand for what? For what? For our freedom? What do you mean our freedom? We're free? How free are we? Freer than others, that's true. But for what? To our way of life? What's our way of life? I will sum it. Consumption. Garbage consumption. That's our way of life here. We live a better life, we're good, but this should be only the vehicle to get us to more intellectual, more satisfying pleasures that you can find in abstract. I mean, in intellect, looking at a painting. That should be more than eating McDonald's. McDonald's should keep you, if you choose to eat that garbage, should keep you alive so you can enjoy a sunrise or a sunset. You look at that just is the motor. That's not the goal. These guys lost it, and they're told every day that they're the best and they'll defend this and stay united, but in the meantime they create all these problems between groups. Whites, blacks, tall, fat, thin, sexual orientation, this and that. They create us at everybody's throat. That's what it is. Divide and how do you call it? Emperor. Divide and conquer. So, my friends, for me, Lebed, that speech over there, and he didn't memorize that. He didn't, I don't think he necessarily read it from somewhere. If he learned it, he said it, and I don't know, resonated with something that lacks more and more and more in our lives. And that's bad. That's bad. I think. Not bad. We're missing out. We're missing out. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.